told for weeks that the Cleveland Browns felt that Deshaun Watson gave them the best chance to win. None of us believed it. And as it turns out, we were all right. Browns win 29-24 over the Baltimore Ravens. Victory Monday returns to Locked On Browns.
You are Locked On Browns, your daily Cleveland Browns podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends, your daily delivery of all things dog pound, LGB on the LOB, the Locked On Browns podcast, brought to you the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. I'm your host, Jeff Lloyd. We appreciate all of you who make Locked On Browns your first listen every single day. The everyday crowd, you guys have stuck through us, so some real tough times. Hopefully, today's victory will bring some more and new everydayers, and you can join us by subscribing to Locked On Browns YouTube channel. The show is always available. It is always free wherever you get your podcasts. Today's episode is brought to you by GameTime. Download the GameTime app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONNFL for $20 off your first purchase. Victory Monday. Cleveland Browns back in the win column, now 2-6. A victory today, 29-24 over the Baltimore Ravens at home. Look, we screamed for weeks that we thought there should be a change at the quarterback position. We screamed for whatever change they would possibly throw. Make a change for change's sake. They did. They changed the quarterback. Granted, they had no choice. Changed the play caller. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. Got a player like Wyatt Teller back. That worked out pretty well, except for the 3 penalties. Wyatt, welcome back, but let's clean that up, big guy. Okay, thanks. Defensively, a fired up effort from a group facing a daunted Baltimore Ravens offense. I don't want to hear excuses that the Baltimore Ravens were down their top 2 corners. Boo-hoo, whatever. Stop. We're not going to hear or make any excuses for the Baltimore Ravens. Jameis Winston. Things I told you all last week, I think pretty much came true. Jameis was going to go down swinging. And you saw it right away. Throws that we saw Deshaun Watson not even attempting to make in the weeks past. Opting to leave the pocket. Granted, he was pressured a lot. We're not going to deny that. But he wasn't pressured every single down. And he got to the point where he felt he was pressured every single down, was leaving clean pockets, was rolling into passing lanes, and basically becoming his own worst enemy. Jameis Winston, you didn't get that today. Found the first open guy he saw. And this is something we have said about Kevin Stefanski's offense from day one. It didn't matter if you were wide receiver 1, wide receiver 5, tight end 1, or the tight end who got a couple of snaps on offense, and you normally play special teams. If you're the guy open in the Kevin Stefanski offense, most likely you're the guy that's going to get the ball. And Jameis didn't play favorites. He threw to the open guy. And you got numbers today. Cedric Tillman, 7 for 99. First 2 career NFL TDs. Last 2 weeks for Cedric Tillman. Last week, 8 for 81. Today, 7 for 99 and 2 TDs. A player trying to maybe show this organization, hey, I can play. I understand things have been tough around here, but let's give these kids an opportunity. Elijah Moore, 8 receptions, 85 yards. Another vaunted effort. Jerry Jeudy, 5 for 79 for Jerry Jeudy. These guys played well today, and Jameis was their leader. Yeah, still better than the cold, sorry. Over 300 yards for Jameis Winston today. Something hasn't happened all year. Over 20 points for the Cleveland Browns. Something that has not happened all year. Got to see a little bit better of Nick Chubb. I thought Nick Chubb looked a little better. You got that nice 15-yard burst. Maybe just not ready for 16 carries yet. And as much as I've been not sure on where Dante Foreman works, I think we saw today with Nick Chubb the way that kind of works. And, Dante Foreman, very north and south, what is there, he is going to get. And then when he gets to contact, he's going to get a couple extra yards because he's a tough son of a gun to get to the ground. But it was impressive. And, Jameis, even, the one that obviously all had us scared out of our wits, And can we just talk about one thing? My God, if Kyle Hamilton can never be unblocked ever. The pick six last year, obviously, blitz today, causing a fumble, gives the Ravens the lead going into halftime. And I think at that point, maybe all of us were like, oh boy, here we go. But you come right out of the locker room. You come out inspired, and that offense keeps going to work. And the joke, Tillman, Moore, Judy, all day, every day. Jameis just kept coming. And again, this was one of the most impressive things. And, this is why, me personally, I wanted Jameis out there. And it's not a knock on DTR. He just doesn't have the chops yet, doesn't have the experience yet. Look, Jameis had his run as a number one overall draft choice, had his run in New Orleans as the number two. Why I wanted him out there. And again, you knew he was going to go down fighting. He was going to throw the ball as often as you called it. Wasn't going to eat it. Wasn't going to try to do things with his legs. Wasn't going to be something that he is not. There's a reason you throw for 5,000 yards in the NFL once. There's a reason you have 2 4,000-yard seasons in the NFL. You're just going to air it out. The other thing is, game-winning touchdown pass to Cedric Tillman. A vertical shot. Oh, my God. A vertical shot. It's been a long time coming. But this team looked light years improved from the team that we've seen in the past couple of weeks. I am not going to, and I don't want to get too much into it because this is most certainly not the time or place. I did feel you were going to get inspired effort today. Certainly, the Jim Donovan news yesterday, which is crushing. Look, I know how important Jim Donovan has been to this organization and to this fan base, but I have not been here for 2.5 decades. So I know what it's like for all of you. So I really felt that this team was going to show up today. Look, A, it's the Baltimore Ravens. You're probably going to show up anyway. But B, this was an organization that took a blow in the soul yesterday. Great man. Did a great amount of work covering this organization. We all kind of felt with him over the last couple of years where there were times, in and then times out of his gig, then returning. And then we got the news earlier this season that, it wasn't coming back, which we all kind of understood probably meant if he's not coming back, it's probably, unfortunately, the end of this courageous battle that he fought. But this team stood up today in their home stadium in front of those fans, fought for the organization, fought for the city. And for so many of us, me and so many of you fans and so many other people who cover this team, and said, stop lying to us. Stop lying to us. We know the play can be better. And even if it wasn't, how much worse could it have been? Jameis Winston went out and ate the W. Victory Monday. Cleveland Browns 29-24 over the Baltimore Ravens. I suggest nobody go anywhere. LOB continues. When you are hiring for your small business, you want to find quality professionals that are right for the role. That's why you have to check out LinkedIn Jobs. LinkedIn Jobs has the tools to help find the right professionals for your team faster and for free. LinkedIn isn't just a job board. LinkedIn helps you hire professionals you can't find anywhere else, even those who aren't actively searching for a new job, but might be open to the perfect role in a given month. Over 70% of LinkedIn users don't visit other leading job sites. So if you're not looking on LinkedIn, you're looking in the wrong place, or most likely you're not even looking at all. On LinkedIn, 86% of small businesses get a qualified candidate within 24 hours. Hire professionals like a professional at LinkedIn. LinkedIn knows that small businesses are wearing so many hats and might not have the time or resources to hire. 2.5 small businesses use LinkedIn for hiring. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/lockedonnfl. That's linkedin.com/lockedonnfl to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. Prize Picks is the best place to get real money sports action. With over 10 million members and billions of dollars in awarded winnings, Prize Picks has made daily fantasy sports accessible to all. You just pick more or less on at least 2 players for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. Run your game all season long on Prize Picks. Prize Picks. You can now win up to 100 times your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct picks. Prize Picks now offers Venmo for quick and easy deposits and withdrawals into your account this sports season. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It is guaranteed. PrizePicks also offers weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts like Taco Tuesday. Each Tuesday, PrizePicks discounts select player projections 25% to provide even more value for your lineups. PrizePicks is the best way to win real money this football season. Which players are going to go off, which ones aren't. Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your sports opinions into real money all season long on Prize Picks. Now, today, if you had put together Jameis Winston at his number, you would have cashed in big. If you had put in Jerry Jeudy at his number, you would have cashed in big. Cedric Tillman at his number, you would have cashed in big. Elijah Moore at his number, you would have cashed in big, and you would have made yourself a boatload of dough. Download the app today. Use the code LOCKEDONNFL to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. Run your game. Your host, Jeff Lloyd. We appreciate you all for listening to Locked On Browns. We appreciate everybody who makes Locked On Browns our first listen every single day. The everyday crowd, we need more of you. Look, I don't know where this is going to go from here, but you guys have deserved a victory Monday. You have deserved an opportunity, certainly after last Sunday, to feel good about your favorite NFL franchise, and you got just that today. Subscribe to Locked On Browns YouTube channel. The show is always available. It is always free wherever you get your podcasts. Again, it was an inspired effort today all around. Now, look, Baltimore's going to put up yards. They're going to put up points. They're one of the premier offenses in the NFL for a reason. You got some bend. You got some don't break. You got Justin Tucker. And look, Justin Tucker has been a thorn in the side of the Cleveland Browns in the entire NFL for a long time. But there might be a little bit of the bloom coming off that rose of the leg of Justin Tucker. Happens to all the great ones, certainly. But Justin Tucker, always the thorn in the Browns side. Maybe not going to be that thorn in the Browns side for that much longer. Really tough news to hear. Denzel Ward suffered a concussion. And the severity of it, and we're not going to talk about this, what decision, but Denzel Ward, that is 6 concussions in his career. That is 2 this season. Thoughts obviously to Denzel. This is a tough game, unfortunately. This is a physical game, unfortunately. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah carted off. Something with the neck. Positive news is, all movement and all his extremities. Hopefully this is, just doing super over due diligence and making sure that everything is okay. Because up until that point, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah was putting on a show like we have seen and become accustomed to from the Browns linebacker. Mahmoud Diabate, I do not want to let this go by. Now, Jordan Hicks has certainly missed some time lately. Diabate has really stepped up. And if you remember now, we've been big fans. And if you remember when it originally happened, it was the undrafted free agent signing. Pete Smith and I, we were really excited about the move at the time. Had a nice career at Florida, finished up at Utah, was a little bit older. Still don't know why he didn't get drafted, because he had everything you were looking for, had a production profile, had an athletic profile. The only thing that was really dinging him was age. Browns got a steal there. Now, this is a running mate, most likely for JOK in the future to come. Diabate today had a sack, had 5 solo tackles, had 9 total tackles, had a pass breakup. You're seeing the development of a special player, Mahmoud Diabate. And between him and JOK, I think they kind of push each other. And I think these two are going to develop a nice relationship with each other as the years come on. And the Browns are going to want that linebacker room to kind of be cheap here, because JOK's money is going to start kicking in next year. So it's kind of almost time to pay the piper in that regard. But we certainly got it from Devin Bush, who's been highly involved all year long. I thought it was a real nice bounce back game. We haven't really heard the name of Agbanaya Okoronkwo in a while. And I think you got a nice effort from him today. JOK, it was a sack. It was 3 tackles for loss, 5 total, 7 total, 5 assist, solo tackles, 7 total tackles. Also about Diabate, how about this one? The face mask, which gave the Ravens a load of yardage. Kid comes back the very next play and sacks Lamar Jackson for a loss of 11 yards. You want to talk about a young guy who in that moment could have let his mistake get the best of him. and certainly could have, changed the entire tide of this game, entire tide of that drive. He did change the entire tide of that drive. He made it 2nd and 21. Got in there, got Lamar to the ground. Now it's 2nd and 21. I think the Browns did a really good job today keeping the Ravens, I always want to say ahead of the sticks. Well, they kept them behind the sticks today. And that was an impressive effort, and certainly an effort that this defense needed. Look, there's been weeks where this defense has played well enough to win. Last week, Eagle game, Raider game. There's been other games where the Browns defense probably played well enough to win. But when you had a team that couldn't score more than 20 points, you're going to lose almost all of those games in the NFL. That's just the way this league works. So, all that being said, DeJuan Jones, look, Jameis Winston only got sacked 2 times today. It wasn't exactly the Mona Lisa. It wasn't exactly a work of art for DeJuan Jones. But you want to know what? For any of you that don't want to see Cedric Wills anymore at left tackle for the Cleveland Browns, I think it's a safe bet to say if DeJuan Jones is able to continue playing left tackle, no injuries, any of that stuff, DeJuan Jones will be your left tackle for the rest of the season, which will give the Browns a crucial evaluation period to see just exactly where DeJuan Jones fits going further. Still 2 more years on that rookie contract. The Browns don't necessarily have to start slashing some payroll or have to start hoping some cheaper players become starters. But it's not going to hurt a dang thing if it does indeed happen. So you had your offensive line today. And, I think for the most part, the holes were there. Nick, it was either positive or nothing, and with Nick, it's still a work in progress. There's no question about it. And it's a lot to come back with. And I got to be honest, I was crazy impressed that Nick Chubb, after his first action in, I guess it was 13, 14 months last week, just went out and practiced all week. Didn't miss a beat. I mean, it's just a special individual. I do want to address this. The people talking about Myles Garrett in the Halloween y'all need something else to do with your lives. Guy wants to have a little fun. Seriously, guy wants to have a little fun. So he showed up in his Halloween costume. Browns still won. Myles gutting it out for this team right now. You can see that Myles is not at 100%. He's still a crazy athlete and still blows your mind, even though he is not at 100%. But you all understand that, Myles is certainly going through it right here and now, but give it everything he can for his teammates and for the city. Look, the shenanigans and whatever went on last week, and I'm not saying anybody's right, and I know it was a small faction of that crowd who, basically, played the Bronx cheer for Deshaun Watson's injury. Look, and then the players put it to bed. Everybody, it's over. Okay. What happened was happened. Fans have every right to be upset with their team's performance. Players have every right to be upset if they feel like the fans aren't supporting them, whatever. It's fine. I don't care anymore. It was a talking point that went on for way too long. But what did come from it, and what I think is a very most impressive thing of all of this, is the Cleveland Browns did not lose their heads. They put their nose back down. They went to work. And they showed up with their number 2 quarterback, a new play caller, and went against one of the best teams in the NFL over the last 5, 6, whatever years it is, and did what they had to do to win the game. Victory Monday continues on Locked On Browns. I know you guys are feeling the fever. Look, the Cavs have been incredible first couple of games out of the chute. There's just something about the NBA arena. Music's going, lights going, kiss cam, this, that, and the other thing. So you might want to find a way, sneak into a game or two to see your favorite NBA team. You can use GameTime Picks to help you get there. GameTime Picks filters out the fluff to show you only incredible deals on great seats, so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands and thousands of tickets. You can get all in pricing. There is a toggle feature. So when some of these apps you use them, right? You see the tickets, you see the price, you're like, oh, great deal. And then you go to step B, step C, step D. And the next thing you know, you're like, that great deal just went up like almost 100%. You do all in pricing and you toggle that when you're using GameTime, you know what you're paying up front. So you don't have to get the willies as you go to the next couple of windows and realize that maybe you're not getting the deal that you thought you were. They have the lowest price guarantee at GameTime. They'll credit you 110% of the difference if it is not. the best price. The GameTime ticket coverage is your purchase is covered. It's got the most flexible customer service policy in the ticketing industry. You take the guesswork out of buying tickets with GameTime picks. Download the GameTime app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONNFL for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDON NFL for $20 off. Download GameTime today. What time is it? Game time. Victory Monday on Locked On Browns continues. Again, super excited for all of you. I mean, I will, and you guys know, the everydayers know, I forever talk about this fan base. It is a special type of DNA to be a Cleveland Brown fan. And that's why I know some of you got as upset as you did last week. And I took your side. And I still would take your side. I don't think people understand what it takes to be a full-fledged on lover of this Cleveland Browns franchise. And you guys do it. You wear your heart on your sleeves, and you don't care what anybody has got to say to you. I appreciate y'all who make the show their first listen every single day. If you are not an everydayer by now, make a new plan, subscribe to the Locked On Browns YouTube channel. Join us all for all the action. The show is always available. It's always free wherever you get your podcasts. I want to give out some game balls, and I got to be honest, I'm almost in like Oprah mood. You get a game ball. You. There ain't anybody I don't want to give one to today. We'll start with Jameis Winston. Jameis Winston, not only for your play on the field today and what you did, over 300 yards, 3 touchdown passes, 2 to Tillman, 1 to David Njoku, threw up some balls where you said, it's my guy versus their guy. Who's going to make the play? And guess what? The Browns guys made the play. Also, Jameis Winston, you're getting that game ball for me and all of us who said, play another quarterback. Tell me it's still going to look this bad. And then we'll believe you when you say Deshaun Watson gives us the best chance to win. I'm sure there's some people right now lamenting, saying, well, if we got to Jameis earlier, can't do it now. I ain't lying to you guys. I don't not have that thought in my head. But you're 2-6, and let's at least take this feel-good moment here right now. Cedric Tillman, 7 for 99, first 2 NFL touchdown passes after going 8 for 81 last year. You want to talk about a young man stepping up and seizing an opportunity. That's it. That's it right there. And Cedric Tillman, as we've said, and I said all offseason, Cedric Tillman gives you something in that wide receiver room that you don't have. A bigger wide receiver, a guy who can absorb contact better. Good for you, Cedric Tillman. Keep it up. Jerry Jeudy, why not? 5 for 79. Elijah Moore, 8 for 80 and change. Huge first down on the final drive. There you go, kid. David Njoku, another touchdown, 5 for 61. Mahmoud Diabate, definitely a game ball for his effort. JOK, you get a sack, 3 tackles for loss. That's game ball worthy, in my opinion. I am really excited for what this team has done. I am really excited for how this team came out today and performed, achieved, and is certainly in a terrible spot. 1-6. QB1 out again for the season, facing the Baltimore Ravens. A little bit of friction between the players, the franchise, and the fan base. And you could have run and hide. You could have quit. You could have rolled over. And this team went at it as hard as they possibly could. And they came out today and showed to be the version of themselves that all of us thought that this team was capable of. Now, you got a game next week, Los Angeles Chargers. I'm going to bring you a lot of content this week because technically at 2-6, we are at the halfway point here. I'm going to probably give you a couple extra shows here. I couldn't get you the episode yesterday. I tried. I just could not talk, but there was no way I'm missing Victory Monday. So we're going to talk about, where the quarterback room is at. We'll probably running back room, certainly. Maybe we'll do offense this week, and then maybe we'll start talking about defense during the bye week. I got a ton of things I want to bring you guys here right now, and now we're at a weird transition. I don't think the season is saved just yet necessarily, but it certainly is a little more positive to talk about this product when you got that type of effort from this team today. So again, appreciate everybody in regards to that. Make sure you check out, of course, the Locked On NFL show immediately after this. Tyler Rowan. Tyler's a little aggravated. Tennessee Titans aren't doing very well. So he will be feisty. No question about it, whether he's talking about his Titans or anything else going on in the NFL. Tony Wiggins, ain't nobody better, of course, than Amp Wig, Tony Wiggins. So make sure you're checking out the Locked On NFL podcast as well. Really, really excited and happy that we getting to go through this. This team absolutely desperately needed a win. I feel like I've been saying that for 5 weeks, which is true. This team needed this win. They need a little, to confirm a little bit of belief in what they're doing. Your work ethic and everything that you're putting in can come to fruition and give your team a win, which is just exactly what happened today. Browns 29, Baltimore Ravens 24. I don't care that it's 2-6. Anytime you beat the Ratbirds is a good day. I'm your host, Jeff Lloyd. I appreciate you all who make this show your first listen every single day. The everyday crowd are a bunch of filthy animals, but they're my filthy animals. I suggest you join us and the rest of the filthy animals. Subscribe to Locked On Browns YouTube channel. Show is always available. It is always free wherever you get your podcasts. This has been your daily delivery of all things Dog Pound. LGB on ELOB. Let's go Browns.